Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at your forecast for June 2021. So what I'm going to do is, first and foremost, I'm going to break down the energies and the numerology for the collective that could come up and surface in June. And then I'm going to dive deeper into your personal life path number. So before we get started, I just want to mention that this is, of course, a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the month of June collectively is a universal 11-2 energy. So this is going to be a time for pronounced intuitive insights and strengthening of intuitive and psychic abilities. So you may feel the pull this month to really tune into your own inner compass for guidance. Dreams can be especially vivid and intense during this cycle, so pay close attention to what comes up for you in your dreamscapes. And that can also be in daydreams. So they may hold valuable messages for you. And so it's very beneficial for you to spend some time with those dreams. And again, even your daydreams, if you journal about them, kind of feel into them and see what messages they may hold for you. If you are struggling with deciphering that message, and you'd like some assistance, I do offer dream interpretation. So just book some time with me and let's explore further. So this month we may find collectively that our emotions are particularly heightened during this cycle. So this isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing. It just simply is a reminder that we are emotional beings, and if something's coming in strongly for us this month, happy or sad, what we feel may be good or bad emotionally, then it's because it's asking to be truly felt and experienced. So avoidance will not work here, and this will give you an opportunity to remember that through the emotions that are meant to be felt, that whole range of emotions, they are not meant to control us or completely derail us, but they are meant to be felt and worked through and wisdom pulled from them, right? From that experience. So if you feel hyper emotional this month, work on ways to feel the emotion without losing yourself within it or without staying sort of trapped within it, if that makes sense. Give yourself the time and the space and the grace to be able to feel what comes up for you, but don't get trapped there. Find your center and then continue to find your way back to it when things begin to feel a little too intense, okay? Not saying that if things get intense, you should fall into avoidance mode, because sometimes it's going to feel intense, but if you feel like you start to get trapped within your emotions or your emotions become more in control of the situation, then that's a time that's your indicator to come back to your center, to find your balance. So you may feel a tremendous amount of joy and happiness this month. And if so, fully immerse yourself within that rather than sort of shaming yourself for feeling so good. Sometimes we have a tendency to do that. You do deserve to experience the joys in life. It doesn't always need to be about lessons, soul growth, and work. So there's plenty of beautiful soul growth to be had through enjoyment and bliss. This month, if an emotion surfaces for you, allow yourself the space, the time to feel through it without shame or judgment. Too often, we and society tend to shame those who give themselves the opportunity to feel an emotion or express an emotion. So I think this month it's going to come in pretty strongly. Those emotions that need to be felt and dealt with. And even those emotions that we don't allow ourselves to feel when it comes to happiness, joy, celebration, gratitude, whatever the case may be. So if there's an emotion that you have been tucking under the rug or not allowing yourself to fully experience, whether it's good or bad. Not that there are necessarily bad emotions, but you know what I'm saying. This is going to be a month where I think we're going to have an opportunity to really feel into them and, again, move through them in a way where we're not in avoidance. This is also going to be a month for decisive action. So this can feel a little bit uncomfortable if you're someone who is often indecisive. So sudden events may require very distinctive, decisive action on your part. So this is going to be a time to trust yourself and trust your inner guidance. Pay attention to your mindset and the attitudes around circumstances that surface for you, and try to determine how a shift within those perspectives could produce for you a more desirable result in the future with those decisions that you make today. So if you're capable of channeling those energies into something more positive and worthwhile, then you can really accomplish more now in this 11-2 cycle than in any other cycle that we experience. Master energy, which 11-2 is master level energy, equals master accomplishments if we work with the energy. So this month, when things come up for you, the thing to remember is, am I avoiding this for some reason? And if I am, why am I avoiding it? And that can, again, be about emotions, difficult conversations, decisions that need to be made, whatever comes up for you. If you find yourself in avoidance mode, then that is a big indicator for you that you need to pause and find ways to face it head on, deal with it, and make those important decisions, those elevated decisions that are going to help promote something much more beneficial for you in the future and in the days to come, in the days, the months, the weeks, and years to come. So this is a big month. This is a big energy. And so again, it's always what we choose to do with it, but I anticipate that we'll be feeling some master level energies surface this month, and we'll have some opportunities to really master those energies in the way that we are capable of doing so in this time, at this time. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get into your particular life path number. Okay, life path number 8. So I pulled an animal spirit card for you all, and you guys got brown bear spirit. So brown bear brings this energy of strength, leadership, and also knowing when to take a time out. Like, 8 energy is or can be very action oriented, very determined, very, have your eye on the goal and doing everything you need to do to get there. And so sometimes it can be difficult for 8s to slow down. So I feel like June is going to be a very busy month for you all. And I think it's going to be really, really important for you to set those healthy boundaries for yourself, like knowing when to say no, knowing when not to commit to something, knowing when, you need to put yourself first and do some self-soothing, some self-nurturing, and just taking that time out for yourself so that you can recuperate and rejuvenate, right? So that you can face whatever comes up and needs your attention. So definitely seeing some leadership energy coming in for you this month, and that can be around making very solid decisions when it comes to your own life. And being very confident in those decisions and trusting yourself. And then just the inner strength of, forging ahead when those decisions need to be made, but then also having that inner strength to know, hey, I need a time out here. I need to take a break. I need to take a mini vacation or whatever. So just keep all of that in check this month, because I do feel like it's going to be a very busy month for you all. And I think that it would be very easy for you all to become overworked or overburdened or overwhelmed. So I broke the month down into 4 weeks. And the first week is interesting because I'm seeing very strongly like this, almost like this 2 of Cups energy. So it's like this could be for some of you meeting a soulmate, meeting a very strong cosmic connection. coming together face to face, coming together energetically. I also kind of see like this healing energy around this relationship, whatever it is. And so the message that's sort of coming in with this is try not to let any past experiences cloud your judgment when it comes to this relationship. And so this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be, this is a general reading, so it can be a business partnership or a friendship or whatever. But it's definitely this energy of like two people coming together and seeing eye to eye and there being a connection, like a spark. But then also this energy of like, and this can be either your energy or the other person's energy, but like the past experiences coming in and trying to cloud the relationship, right? So it's kind of like those past experiences being projected onto the current situation, and then it creating like creating issues where there doesn't need to be issues type thing. So just be aware of that. Be aware of if you meet somebody at this time, what's immediately coming up for you, and like what are you projecting onto this person? Because it's almost like self-sabotage in a sense, or sabotaging the relationship before it even has a chance to get off the ground. And you know, we do that as humans out of fear of being hurt, out of fear of being rejected, you name it. And so interesting energy, but definitely seeing that come in very, very strongly at the beginning of the month. So again, it's what you do with that energy, but pay attention to what surfaces for you around whatever this relationship is. And then there may be some work to be done there. Second week of the month is interesting. It's almost like this abrupt major shift coming in. It's sort of like, I get like this energy of like an earthquake kind of energy. And it's through that shift that there's going to be all of a sudden, like, it almost will feel like a million different decisions that need to be made. So it's like a million different choices and you need to make a decision. And so it's interesting because in the intro, I had mentioned that sort of abrupt situations could call for very decisive action and decisions to be made on your part. And so I'm definitely seeing that coming in strongly for you all eights. So it's almost like something happens and you need to make a quick decision. So, and it may feel a little overwhelming because it feels like there's going to be a lot of decisions to be made, or a lot of choices. It feels like there's going to be a lot of choices. And so you really need to trust yourself at this time. You really need to trust your own discernment and really go with your intuition on this, and don't second guess it. Go with that first gut instinct that comes up for you around this. Because like I said, I feel like this could get really overwhelming really quickly if you start entertaining every single one of these choices. It's almost like whatever stands out to you first is the one that you will probably benefit going with the most, right? So, and I would also suggest not bringing in a lot of outside influences when it comes to making this decision, because I feel like that could really convolute things. So again, you are really going to be called at this time to go with your intuition, go with your gut feeling, and go with it. Trust yourself, do it. Interesting energy that second week, but just try not to let yourself get overwhelmed. Try not to get in your head too much when it comes to making this choice, because you're not going to make the wrong choice, right? Like, you can always change direction down the road. There may be consequences of this choice, but that's okay. You'll deal with it. You'll overcome any obstacles. It's just more about, I think, not allowing yourself to become overwhelmed by the choices and trusting yourself, right? And being confident in that decision. Third week of the month is interesting because I'm seeing a lot of emotions coming in the third week. And it's interesting. It's like you're either going to be dealing with somebody who is really bent on being right and is almost coming in aggressively. And that can feel a little bit like chaotic or like cause friction. And it would be really easy to get like emotionally overwhelmed by the situation. But it could also be your energy where it's like you get really focused on something or stuck on something, and you feel the need to be right at all cost, right? Without any kind of compromise. And it's interesting because I'm really kind of seeing, and this can be like your energy with yourself, right? Like if you were just being way too strict with yourself or restrictive with yourself, and like no room for error type thing, like no error margin, I can see that becoming really emotionally overwhelming for you. And so really what the message is this is going to be a time where you really need to be in control of your emotions, work through anything that comes up for you, but not let your emotions sort of take the lead and sort of become like this runaway cart, right? Like it's almost like, it's weird. It's like I'm seeing the image of like a tractor trailer going down a steep grade hill and with no brakes. And so like out of control, right? And so it's like you need to find your safety, you know how on the sides of the roads, they have those uphill, it's like gravel that goes up the hill that truckers can use to get off the interstate and stop basically if they lose their brakes. Anyway, I'm kind of seeing that like this, you need to find your safety exit, right? So I don't know what this is, but I do feel like it's like you have a choice. Like you could choose to participate in whatever this chaotic lower vibe conflict is, and feel the need to really pursue whatever this is to the point of alienation. Or you could choose to see if it makes more sense to stand back and be the observer in the situation and not expend your energy on this or your emotions, right? Like to not get so emotionally involved that it's not beneficial for anyone involved, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm definitely seeing this as like a choice for you to get involved or not get involved. I feel like if you get too involved in this situation, that it's just kind of like everyone involved is so emotionally charged that it doesn't benefit anyone, is really the message that's coming up. So this is a call for you to stand back and be the observer of the situation for as long as possible, to get clarity on how you want to respond to the situation, as opposed to getting in there and taking the gloves off and just getting involved in the mess, right? In the chaos. So I don't really know how that feels very specific for some of you. So this may not be for everyone, but definitely seeing that energy coming up. And then the fourth week of the month, this is interesting because I'm definitely seeing like some big decision coming in for you all. It's almost like you feel like you've come to the end of the road on something and you need to make a decision on which way to go next. And what's interesting is I'm seeing like a whole new world opening up for you. So it's kind of like you come to the end of the road on something, you need to decide what to do next, but it's like I see a tremendous amount of opportunities and options coming in for you. So, but it's going to be the beginning of it. So it's kind of like, this is like the initiation phase. It's interesting because for some of you, I definitely see like starting a family, like finding your person and then deciding pretty quickly to start a family, which is interesting. But for some of you, I also see like, it's interesting too, because it's like, I see like a lot of stability also coming in and security. So like, and allowing somebody else to sort of nurture you and support you in a way that maybe you haven't been recently or haven't been in the past. Which can open up a lot of options for you as well. So interesting. And it's interesting too, because it's like you almost have the decision to either accept or deny whatever this is that wants to come in for you. And, I say this a lot, but I really do feel it. Like, I don't think that we can screw up whatever's meant for us, like whatever's meant to come in. I just feel like it comes down to like how we receive it and like how we feel about it when it comes in. So I definitely think there's something here about something really beautiful coming in for you. It's weird. I feel like it's around family, but or partnerships or children or something like that. Something coming in for you that feels really beautiful and something that has the potential to really grow into something long term. But there's this interesting energy around like confusion on your part on how to receive that. And so I feel like there could be a little bit of work to do there. But again, the call is to follow your intuition, go within, follow how you feel about the situation, not about what your mind is trying to convince you of. Okay. So this could also be around travel for some of you, like literally traveling the world type thing. But for a lot of you, I'm really feeling like this is around relationships, home life, family, children, starting a family, something like that. So, but then I also see like some hesitation on your part. So that's the part you need to work on. That's where you really need to explore is why you feel the hesitation. Why is it coming up for you? Because the energy of like this family, this relationship, whatever, feels really beautiful, really, really powerful. But I see that hesitation on your part. So that's where the sort of work is just to figure out why you're feeling that hesitation and how can you move through that in a way so you can be open to receiving whatever this is that wants to come in for you in a way that you feel comfortable receiving it. I hope I explained that okay. But anyway, so that's the energies coming in for you all for June. Again, I can see why Brown Bear came in with that strength and that leadership energy. And I definitely see the leadership energy coming in strongly that third week when I was saying you could get involved in the chaos or you can stand back. I feel like you're going to have to lead by example in this situation when it comes to the people involved, whatever that means. But yeah, so definitely see a lot of leadership energy coming in this month for you all. But that's really powerful. I think that lets you stand in your own power and make decisions and feel confident in those decisions and not second guess yourself all the time. So this could be a really powerful month for you all. Really beautiful too. I see a lot of opportunities here, a lot of opportunities, especially towards the end of the month. A lot of opportunities for a lot of support and a lot of growth. So yeah, I hope it's a beautiful month for you all, Aids. Thank you so much for your support and for listening and tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye for now.